Hello, hello, hello. Can somebody come and talk to me? I really wanna. Hi, Black Moms Blog. So, I just have a couple of minutes, but I wanted to do a follow-up video to the video that I did yesterday. So I wasn't able to go live yesterday with my Girl Talk with Crystal because I was driving, and so I only did it on Zoom. But I talked about how to create your village and how to create your community and tribe, and it was interesting because I was thinking of how to create one, but something that I said on the call yesterday, like, have you ever said something and then you like wish you didn't say it, and you like want to put your foot back in your mouth or in your mouth? Not that you've ever had your foot in your mouth, but you say it, so you're like, oh, now I get why they say that, because you literally just want to take it back. And I guess it wasn't that bad, but it was haunting me like for the rest of the day. Like, I was driving with two girls and I'm like, was I being mean? Was that mean? Like, should I have said that? And they were like assuring me, thank you. I need that so I don't throw up and talk too long because I'm on a live. I have 2 minutes, so let me get to the point. So I was like, should I have said that? Was I wrong? Like, and they were assuring me that I wasn't, but it's still in my core. It bothered me. So what I said was, I'm talking to the live, like to the Zoom, and I'm like, yeah, so before I keep going, because I know I can just talk, I want to see, do you guys have anything you want to add, or anything that, like, thoughts you want to like say or whatever? And it was like crickets. So I'm like, okay, don't everybody talk at once. Like, and I'm kind of like, and I instantly like internalized that, like, dang, like, this isn't even interesting enough to have something to say. So like instantly I got triggered. So that's the number one point of why I wanted to go live on this point. Then it happened again, and I'm like, so does anybody have anything to say about that? And I'm like, okay guys. And so the topic was how to create your tribe. And so I'm like, you guys are not my tribe. Like, I need energy. Like, I need people to talk back at me. I need like reciprocation. And so I'm joking, but I'm like, you guys are not my tribe. Like, I'm joking, but there's always truth in kidding, right? And so that's why I felt so nasty about it after, because I'm like, ew, like, I hate that I said that. And part of it was because I saw who was on. Like, I knew Mimi, who works with me, was on. She knows my truth. I knew my best friend was on. I saw Tanisha was on. She's always engaging with me, and we're friends, and we like, she knows me like that. So I felt comfortable, but I still felt bad because I know that there was people who were on that probably like maybe don't know like the way I literally wear my brain. Like, you know, people wear their heart on their sleeve. I wear my brain on my like head. So it's like, I just say what I think, and I don't have a filter. And so sometimes it can be like a moment where I'm like, shit, like, I probably shouldn't have said that. I don't think before I speak often too. And so that's why I've really been doing a lot of self-work so that I can fix my thinking. Hi, Renee. And so I have to go. I have to wrap this up. But what I was getting at, I've been thinking about it even today, and something came to me today was like, in addition to creating your tribe, and Renee, by the way, like, because I know you were one of the people who were like, how to find the village, and I did that. I don't know if you you didn't catch it. I did that one like literally partly for you. So it's supposed to be getting uploaded. I wasn't able to do it I was on my phone, so Mimi is supposed to be uploading it, so I'll ask her if she's uploaded it yet, but look out for it. But what I was getting at, and the moral of it is like, go watch it so you guys can see why I'm doing this part 2. But I basically said like the number one way to find your tribe, yes, there will be, is to just be your true authentic self. And when you're your authentic self, then people will be around you. And I use examples, so go watch it, you can see like what I mean by that. But what I also realized today is it's very important too in your tribe that you can be yourself and that you can let other people be themselves. And that was where I fall short. And it was like, I wasn't letting other people just be quiet. Like, maybe they didn't have anything to say, even though what happened was I couldn't hear them. So that was the big joke of why I felt so bad, was because I couldn't hear them. They were actually trying to say something, but my true colors came out, because I was like, well, damn, like, don't say anything then. And I got all triggered and like offended almost. And that's not a good place to be in a relationship when you can't let other people be their true authentic self. And so it's one thing I love, one of my favorite influencers to follow is the Sheila Marie, and I'll never forget her saying this one time in a post. She said, like, don't put me on a pedestal because I'm gonna like disappoint you. I'm not perfect. And I'm the same way. Like, it is my brand to be imperfect. Like, I'm always vulnerable with you guys. I'm always speaking my truth, but even in my truth I have flaws, and I have moments where I might offend people where I really don't mean to offend them. Now, there's a difference between being offended because that's your own stuff and being offended because what I did or said was actually rude. And so anyways, whether I was being rude or not, what I did self-reflect on was that I wasn't being compassionate. I wasn't being like letting them be whatever. I was like almost like, well, you guys aren't my people because you guys aren't talking back to me. So it was very conditional. And so a big component of finding your tribe is not only being yourself but letting other people be themselves. And that's something that I'm working on in my parenting, a huge way in my parenting. But how you show up to one thing is how you show up to everything. So if you're working on yourself in one area of your life, you probably get to work on that in all areas of your life. And so we got the 2-minute warning, and I'm probably at like 5 minutes now. But anyways, so I'm sure that I'm not being compassionate in lots of areas of my life. And I've been struggling with my friendships lately. I've been feeling lonely. I've been feeling like I'm having a disconnect with clients. I've been feeling that disconnect, and it probably has to do with how I'm showing up and me being disconnected and me not being compassionate and me thinking that people need to think and react the way that I want them to. So anyways, that's been the number one thing I've had to work on in my marriage, is like not assuming or like expecting my husband to think the way that I think or that I would want him to think, and letting him just be, and then working from the place of like having compassion, having understanding. Like, I heard this quote today in this conference that I'm in. They said, or maybe it was, no, take the back. I gotta give credit to my bestie. So have people in your tribe, because this is what made me think of it. Have people in your village who will check you when you're not being yourself. And that's what I draw to people. Like, I always tell people, I can't be friends with people who treat me like, oh, I'm your fan and like I love you and I'm gonna like worship the ground you walk on. I can't be around those people for a long time, because I need people who are gonna check me when I'm not being like real. And so my best friend, all of my closest friends are the people who will be like, Crystal, stop, like, or Crystal, da-da-da-da. My husband does that. That's why our relationship works, because my husband doesn't let me be a bitch and be a bad mom and be a bad wife and a bad friend, and he'll just like let it mull over. He'll be like, no, you were wrong, or you shouldn't have said that, or have you ever thought of this? And he checks me. That's why our marriage works. My best friend, she was like, Crystal, like, you need to have more compassion, or you're this or you're that. And so one of the things she said to me was, she was like, assume the best in people until you are proven otherwise. And I was like, oh my gosh, because even like I went to a talk yesterday and I was like picking up this energy from like one person in the audience, and I was like, yeah, I wasn't feeling connected, and I just felt like da 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 da, and I internalized that one person. She's like, you don't know what she was going through. Like, she could have been going through like a life crisis, and you're thinking about yourself and how you feel because of her or whatever. Kanye needed that. Hey, Yeezys. I had a Yeezy conversation today of like, being that I have like some sort of influence, like, should I be wearing Yeezys? But that's another conversation that I would love to have. But anyways, my moral of this message is, go check out the upload when it's uploaded. I will make sure it gets uploaded soon. And then when it comes to finding your tribe, it all boils down to everybody being in their truth. When you allow people to be who they are and you accept them from who they are and you're who you are, that's when the magic happens. And so I just love being surrounded by people. That's why I gravitate towards bold, honest people who say the F-bomb, like, because I like people who don't filter themselves to be around other people. So if you're filtering in relationships, that's not your tribe. If you, like, something I said to my best friend, like, oh, she was like, when you did your live and you were talking about, because you'll see in the video, I was talking about how when I'm around people who won't take 100 selfies of me, I'm like, they're not my people, because they don't understand that content is my king, right? And so it's not that they're not my people. I love them. And so I'm even coming back to correct that. Like, they're just not like my, like, all around, like, full package person. They're just, this is the compartment that they're in. And I know the tribe that I have. Like when I need my goon squad of like, we about to be selfied all day and no one's going to be judging, those are the people that I thrive around, because that's my life. That's what I'm always doing. I'm always taking pictures. I'm always on my phone. And then there's people who never do that, and you feel like they're judging you or you're judging them, whatever. And so she was like, I felt like you were talking about me because I'm not that girl. I'm not on social. I don't take 100 pictures, blah, blah. I was like, I wasn't even thinking about you. I wasn't thinking about one person in that instance. I was just thinking of, I love when I'm around people that are like, hey girl, hey, because then I could be like, hey girl, hey. And so it's like, that's how you found your tribe, is when you just feel like you can be fully yourself. And I was like, I wasn't thinking about you at all. I said, because you wouldn't judge me because you're my best friend. Like, that's why I mess with you. Like, that's why you're my girl, because we can be different people, but we're in our truth and we don't waver. Like, she doesn't try to be, hey girl, hey, to be my friend. She just be's her and it works. And so if you're trying to be hey girl, hey, and you're not hey girl, hey, then it's not going to work, and people will feel that. So just be yourself and let other people be themselves. And that's where the magic happens in a tribe. That's when you can just live your best life. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Bye, people.